on his fists, bringing it straight from my heart from me to you, because that's what I do. Another great edition of Modern Warfare 2 from me to you. Newest game. I'm glad you got a chance to stop over at the Fisticuffs channel, but I want to talk to you about some funny stuff. Very funny pertaining to this game. You know, so anyways, I'm trying to figure out, okay, what is the best game here? What is the best weapons? And we all know, when it comes down to it, the bottom line is, it seems like the BAL and the AK-12 is basically the only weapons worth using in the game. So you come to this little conclusion. Okay, how did they come to this point where there's only a couple weapons that seem like they're the only ones that they're going to use, and the only ones that are going to work in this game? So I started thinking in hindsight, I'm like, okay, so they had this show, you know, they had the pro players come in and test these weapons out. So they had the pro players test these weapons out, or test the game out. No. So this is basically what it comes down to. They had the pro players test this game, and guess what? The only weapons that were available were the BAL and the AK-12. So obviously they got their input on just these couple of weapons, and they clearly don't know what to do or how to manage the other weapons in the scope of the other weapons. It's like they took these two weapons and they're like, oh, let's tweak them. And then when the game comes out, they're like, we don't know what to do with the other weapons. Sorry. And so now you have like the MK-12 is useless. And basically, even though all the connections, most of them over the time of the Xboxes and the other games have been really bad, you come to the realization when you have a good connection, there's only two good weapons. And probably on LAN, and that's probably what they tested was off of LAN. So this is all you get. This is all you get with these games. So what I'm saying is, like, this game isn't made for general public, or it should have had like a long-standing beta test. Like we already know this game is probably not doing as well as any other Call of Duty out there, but the fact that there's only two weapons and people get frustrated, you probably realize that there's nothing wrong. They should have a beta test so everybody can test out the game, so all the weapons are relevant. You see me here using the MP5, which is not bad, but every time I come up against the BAL, I lose. Even though it's an SMG, the fact that the sniper rifles have no recoil or no sway, or not sway, but no flinching, it's just crazy the amount of like bullets these characters can take hits, like especially the snipers. And the fact now that overkill is feasible, you know, now that it's feasible, you could sit there and like a sniper could have a sniper rifle and the BAL. It's just ridiculous. So I highly think they should have a lot more testing and get a lot more stuff done and add more weapons to the game, because you know it's in the best interest of everybody to have a good time and be able to use all the weapons and do what they do. But it's just crazy, you know, that it's so incomplete. Like it's so obvious. Like the BAL and the AK-12 and the sniper rifle. Who went out to the event to test the game out and play it and gave them feedback? And that's it. That's all they care about. 3 maps, a couple weapons, and the sniper community. The rest of the weapons in the game, irrelevant. You don't need them. The shotguns are useless. The LMGs are useless. Everything in this game, I mean, there's nothing really. It's crazy. So, I don't know. As of right now, I think when the connections are running good, the game runs good. When the connections are good, you realize the shortcomings of how the balance of the weapon damage is. Not so per se to the perks and the setups and the system and how it's supposed to work. I just don't want to be down the road waiting a year before this game is completed. And I don't think a lot of other people are going to be waiting either. They're going to be frustrated. They're going to quit the game. And what are you going to wind up playing? You're going to be playing a very small group of tryhards. And then the game's not going to be fun anymore. And that's the end of that. So, I don't know. I mean, I'd have to say that's my educated guess and how I formulated this opinion through logic. It's just too obvious. I hope they fix this game. I hope people. I mean, you guys need to text Michael Condrey and Sledgehammer about balancing and buffing the weapons instead of nerfing the two weapons that they took their advice from the pro players to fix in the first place. Anyways, until next time, get the fuck out of here.
Looks like you just added a few zeros to those bonus checks, gentlemen. Good work.